What's up, y'all? We are live again, the JetSet podcast. Before I press this intro video, um, one thing about us, man, we're gonna stay consistent and we're gonna show up. All right, and that is more than what we can say about our football team each and every Sunday morning, Sunday night, Monday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Wednesday night, whatever. All right, so that's what we gonna do. But yeah, lock in with us. It's another episode of the Jet Set podcast, and we here showing up. Unlike our damn football team. All right, lock in with us, man.
Ready.
Jet
Set.
Go.
Now to the mall.
Bob's going down the right side at the goal line, leaving a tap. Oh, it's free ball. Oh, it's a Jet touchdown.
Never too nosy. Pack my bags and go. Serve me a brick at the stove. Looking like a shack in the post. Go. From the hills to the moat. Yeah, baby, I would go like don't go. Yeah, in this world, everything's so more. Yeah, behind this wall, there is no photos. Jump on this bitch, go, yeah. Across my neck, yeah, go. Watch how you go, hey, yeah. Oh, Joe, I need some more, hey, yeah. Pronto, hydro. Jumped out the coupe
Knocked away by Sauce Gardner.
Smoking cookie in Atlanta, everyone you was like working that shit. You already know we made it. We ain't even gotta say shit. Some of the trap was lit, some of the trap was vacant. Junior say I'll bring the payout,
What's up? It is the Jet Set podcast live again. Myself, Brent, aka Take Fight Today. Joining me each and every week, my dog Alan, aka nyjetsplanet. And like I said before, we played that intro video that I probably need to upgrade to just a whole compilation of sacks. We are here again, consistent, showing up for y'all. Unlike what our team is doing each and every week, and it's a damn shame. It's a damn shame what we have to go through and watch each and every week. It's funny how every year, we get a little bit of hope, and we actually tried to like reel that hope back this year. We actually we really like dumbed it down. We're like, nah, we'll see what happens. Playoffs. That's if we make it to the playoffs, it'll be the last week of the season. It'll be 9-8, season 8-9, barely making it in. There'll have to be a lot of things going on. But 0-6, season's over. We're not even to Halloween yet. And yeah, the season's pretty much over. But yeah, no. Following that London game and going into this week against the Panthers, no wide receiver one, disgruntled running back, trade rumors swirling. What's the vibe coming into this week, bro?
I mean, not good. I don't know why, but I still feel like it's Brandon Stevens' fault. I don't know why, but I just feel like it's his fault. I don't know what he did. He didn't even really play bad. I just feel like he did something wrong.
Yeah.
But overall, obviously the vibes haven't really changed week to week when you're 0-6. I like as much as I knew the floor was pretty low. I didn't think it would be this low. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like I think I told you this last week. Like, we keep talking about rock bottom, but somehow we keep finding another layer. I don't even know what rock bottom is anymore at this point. So I mean, nonetheless, like at least last week there was some positives. Like the defense balled out. Um, Happy to have Kenny back. Like can't say how much we needed him there because our returns will have been ass since he's
Yeah.
been hurt.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a lot of good things. Obviously, the Fields thing wasn't what you wanted. I think the frustration also comes with it. Just like it's just the game that the defense does good and everything, but like it was the number one defense in the league.
Yeah.
Nick Bonito is going disgusting this year. Like that, he's elite. Broncos defense is elite. So it is what it is. Like when you're on 5 and you kind of get beat like that, it happens. It just sucks because it's like it felt like the first game where it was like, we gave our offense a chance to go win it, and we couldn't.
Yeah. It's funny. Like I was telling you, none of our elements can come together. It can't be offense and defense playing well. It can't be the special teams and the defense, or special teams and offense playing well. Yeah. It's always one bad egg in the bunch that just messes everything up. Our 40-year-old kicker was holding us down in London. And I wish that, we would have gave him a chance because 60-yard field goals now are just easy in the NFL. I would rather have had him or had us lose on his leg than a 4th and 8 call after we'd gotten sacked 8 times. We could have won that game. It almost felt like that game where we called an all-out blitz against the Raiders, and we lost on a fly ball to Henry Ruggs. I almost remember that one. But
yeah,
it's not a good vibe. It's not a good vibe. But like you said, Kene returns, and he was returning kicks, and we were happy to see that. We're happy to see our defense get back on track. But our offense is dumb. Out of all the games that we have watched this year, this was worst by far that we had seen the offense. And Justin Fields today, he came out of presser. He said, "Hey, I have to see things quicker. I have to go a little bit. I'm usually thinking too much about not tipping the ball over." Look, at this point, I don't care if you throw 3 picks in a game, all right? And it's crazy that it's coming from me because we as Jet fans, we hate interceptions. Okay?
Yeah, I was like, Zach Wilson is over there punching a wall. Like, now you guys like interceptions?
we hate interceptions, but darn it, if you're gonna just throw it and it gets picked off down the field, okay, so be it. Our defense doesn't.
Okay, I will say though, I think when it happens definitely changes the situation.
Yeah.
Like, good example that, and I'm just pick on that one. That last play, there was no reason to take a sack on a 4th and whatever game on the line. There is no getting the ball back. There is nothing. Like, you have to throw it, even if you think it's gonna get picked. There's no point in just holding the ball and taking a sack. So I think that's what you're getting to, and I fully agree. Like, you just can't, like, at some point you have to give your guys a chance. And like, I get it, great defense, great coverage, but it's like you're not even giving the receiver a chance to make a play in contested coverage. Like, maybe Mason Taylor makes a contested catch and he gets a first down. We can go make that field goal, and that ends up being the game. That's the only thing people are going to care about at that point. But we took the sacks.
Yeah.
Pause.
and it's like it's not like we have Aaron Rodgers back there, right? And even last year, when it was 1 possession games, they'd end on picks because he'd get it off and he'd try to get in there and it was like pick. It's like okay, whatever, So all right, at least he got it out there. We have Justin Fields, the arguably top 3 running quarterback in the league. If you don't feel comfortable throwing the ball, get your ass out the pockets and run for your life.
Yeah.
That was my whole thing with the game in London. I'm like, why are you taking sacks? And you are damn near a track star. Get the fuck out of there. This should have been like one of those games where Justin Fields had 150 yards rushing, 75 yards passing, and I would have been okay. I'd have been a-okay, right? Like I don't get it. Yeah, let's like, yeah, go ahead and put that one up there because
I was waiting for you to say it.
endless sacks. Like I didn't get that part. Like I didn't care about the passing part. Clearly, he didn't. Clearly, the confidence in the passing wasn't there. We saw that by halftime. Okay, what else are you confident in? Run the ball. Don't take sacks.
So before I say my next point, do you genuinely believe that Tyrod would have had a better game? Because I know that that's not your words. I've just seen it around Twitter, seen it around Instagram, any sort of social media. Everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, how come they didn't put Tyrod in the game?" How do you feel about?
I think, and this might sound crazy, and this might be contrary to popular belief, but I think if Tyrod was in the game, it would have been bad picks, and it probably would have been worse than what we saw. But just because instead of running or trying to run, he would have tried to throw it, and I think that would have led to way more turnovers than what we had wanted. But we would have seen the ball project more down the field for sure with Tyrod, absolutely. And maybe on some first downs we move the ball a little bit better. On some third downs we convert a little bit more. But I do believe, and honestly, if Tyrod was in that game, we might have been talking about him being on IR for the next 4 weeks. let's be honest.
No, but seriously though, I'm not gonna lie.
Let's be honest.
We were using like 5 to 6 blockers, and the Broncos were beating us with like 4. Like it was only 4. They only used 4 rushers. They weren't really blitzing. They were just beating us. Yeah. Like we didn't have an answer for it.
Justin Fields had about at least 4 seconds.
He did have some time. Yeah. I mean, granted, because we had extra blockers, but like when you have extra blockers, you don't have as many receivers out there. Like I know. Yeah. You didn't see a lot of running backs going out for routes to be a check down because they're standing in to be an extra blocker.
Yeah, and that's fine, But it's like if you have extra blockers for 4 rushers, hey man, you don't feel comfortable passing the ball, get your ass out there and run for your life. Like that was my only thing. Like the over under for me yelling "run" at the TV on Sunday morning. Yeah. That was about at least over 7.5 times. I was like, I said run.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think my stance on it, and I'm going based off of what I saw in the Tampa Bay game, and that was not nearly as tough of a defense. From what I remember, Tyrod threw that pick 6 that basically put us 2 scores. That not mention, like there was a lot of mistakes Tyrod had. I don't think just throwing another backup in there, like another quarterback that like isn't like I guess like a Josh Allen is going to completely change the way things are, because I think in general we were getting out coached. Like I said, they're beating us with 4 rushers while we're having extra blockers. Garrett was getting locked down. Like I don't think as many people were open as people believe they were. Like, and I haven't seen all the clips. I'm kind of going based off some pro visuals and some visuals that I have from other people that have the all 22.
Yeah,
it's like if you're watching it on TV, sometimes it does seem like somebody's open, but then it's like if you do get a different view, it's like, oh no, there was a defender right behind it.
Right.
But they're just kind of like stopped there. So it's like, yeah, you could possibly squeeze in the ball, but the defender is right there.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think there was as many like open throws as people believe there were.
I agree.
I don't know how much better Tyrod does in that situation. You know, like I said, like it's not like he played great, in my opinion. Like I just don't even I don't believe that, honestly. Like I don't believe he's played great this year. Like I will say this though. I think that last drive, Tyrod probably gives us a little bit better of a shot.
Yeah.
Just because I think he like vet mentality,
Mm-hmm.
like he would know like I'm gonna get this ball out. You know, like I'm not gonna go take the. Especially like I think there was the two mistakes that Justin made on that last drive. The first one was taking the sack. I think it was on first down.
Yeah.
You know, you can't take a sack in that situation. You have 20 yards to go. Throw it out. Like even if your thought process was, yo, I cannot like stats, whatever. You cannot take a sack. That was a really bad decision. And then it was the taking the sack at the fourth down at the end of the game. So
yeah,
I don't think Tyrod. At least I would say think. I don't think Tyrod makes those decisions. So I think on that last drive he might give us a little bit better of a chance. But I just think overall, like even coming down, like I think it was going to be like what a 62-yard field goal.
Yeah, 62.
Yeah, like I'm like I don't know why you don't just kick it. You know, it's fourth down. Like I don't know why you're going. Like it'd be one thing if it was like fourth and short. I'm like it was 4th and 8. Why are we going for it?
Yeah.
Like our offense has been bad all game. Why are we going for it? Like and that's where I'm like I don't necessarily just blame Field because I'm like that's just an overall. Like I don't think anyone's prepared right now. And I know Glenn is a first-time coach, but like that's just bad decision making in my opinion. And I'm sure Glenn looks back at that and is like, yeah, I wish I had that one back.
Yeah.
But like I was a little disappointed with that. Like, you know, I'd rather lose the game like that. I'd rather lose the game because folk went and missed the 62-yard field goal than to see my offense that was already struggling go back out there without Garrett Wilson because Garrett Wilson was hurt at that point.
Right.
You know, so I don't know what our thought process was there. And we're going to go for it. And I don't think Fields was prepared for it because, you know, Broncos sent a blitz. Fields just kind of held the ball. It's like you can't hold the ball on a blitz. But like again, like I don't know why he's out there in that situation.
Yeah.
But
I don't even know why it shouldn't have even been a 4th and 8 to begin with, right? Because again, like you said, if Tyrod was in, some of those plays would have gone differently. That out route to Garrett would have came out quicker, and that would have gave us at least 5 more yards, and then maybe a 4th and 2, 4th and 3 situation. It's like, okay, this is a 57, 56-yard field goal. Let's kick it. But no.
Yeah, but that's something that I think Justin has had an issue with his entire career, which is I think the thing that separates like even just like the regular like I would say like the bottom 10 starting quarterbacks from like the top 10 is that like when you see guys like Mahomes, Josh Allen, those type of guys, they're throwing guys open. Like the ball is out their hand before the guy has even finished their route.
Right.
So by the time that guy is there, the ball's already right where it needs to be. You know, if you're waiting for that guy to be open, by the time you get that ball out, he's been waiting for days.
Yeah.
And by time, like at that point, you've given, especially an NFL caliber defender, like a corner, whatever safety, you know, you're giving them a lot of time to go and potentially pick that ball off, or you know, in that case, end up being to me somewhat of a hospital ball.
Yeah. So who's to blame for this? Because you know, right here she says the offense coordinator has to go after that game, right? So who are we?
Yeah.
You know, Jets fans, we love to point fingers. If we don't have a finger, if we don't have somebody to point at, we're lost. Okay.
Yeah.
Fans always have to point the at somebody when things go wrong. Most of the time, it's the quarterback. You know.
Yeah.
But I was also saying to myself that during the game, I feel like I'm just seeing the same variation of the same play, just ran differently all game. And you know, where are the screens? Where are the that fake punt?
That was a terror. I don't know who came up with that play call.
I saw Brees out there.
I was honestly shocked it even worked. I was like, wow.
I saw Brees out there on the fake punt. I'm like, I'm like, is that 20? Is that 2-0? I was like, what? Is that our offensive line out there too? Where's Henderson?
I was so shocked that it worked. I was like, you guys were better off just QB sneaking at that point. Or actually, if you're going to do something that stupid, just have Brees just take the ball and just go, like, take the snap directly and just go. Like, don't even do the whole fake punt. Just line up like a normal offense and just go.
I'm like, it's no way. It's no way. And like I'm looking at the TV. I'm like, I know they ain't. And like in my mind, I'm thinking, I'm like before they went out there, I'm thinking to myself, we might as well just fake this punt. But then I see our whole offensive line and the punter, and then I see Brees back there, and I'm like, what? This we're not even trying to hide it, but we're trying to be sneaky with it. Like, at least put like Isaiah Davis in there or something, you know?
Yeah, and not to mention that, I think what made that even more crazier was to do that and then like not even really be aggressive after that. Like, our play calling after, because this is right before the half, and I was like, I don't even know what our logic is here. It's like we're going for it on a fake punt, but then we're trying to wind down clock so that they don't get the ball. And I'm like, what are we doing? What is our goal here?
Punt the ball. Might as well just punt the ball. But yeah, that was one thing to me that just stood out. I'm just like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. Like our friend here says, it wasn't any creativity. Even when we tried to be creative, it looked stupid.
Yeah, I think Glenn said it best because he said it at one of his press conferences a couple games ago. He was like, we need to learn how to try not to lose. And I felt like that's exactly what they were doing. They were trying to not lose. But it's like when you're trying to not lose, and it sounds ridiculous, but it's like you're trying so hard not to get the loss, but you're not aggressive enough to go just take the win.
Yeah,
you know, like at some point you gotta take that win. Like, especially against a team like the Broncos, they're not just gonna give you that win just because you guys didn't commit a turnover this game, or you guys didn't create a bunch of penalties this game. Like, you're not just gonna get the win because of that. You gotta actually take it,
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta grab that bull by the horn and just.
Yeah. We have to, like, especially like maybe against like another bad team, you can do something like against like the Dolphins. If we didn't create so many turnovers and things of that nature, no, not turnovers, but like so many penalties, maybe. But against I was about to say the Saints because of Sean Payton, but against the Broncos, you definitely have to bring like your A game, and you have to go for. And that's the one thing I'm a little disappointed with Glenn because he comes from like Dan Campbell. I was expecting like a really like because Dan Campbell's insane. Like he is overly aggressive. Like go for it on 4th and 10. He's that type of guy. I was hoping to see. I don't like obviously I want Glenn to be his own person, but hoping to see a little bit of that. But I still feel like we're playing this whole like be so cautious. It's a little overly cautious.
It's very vanilla, and we just watched the Lions against the Chiefs have Jared Goff almost. I don't know if you saw that play. He caught a touchdown. They called it back, but that's creative. That's where the narrative came from. Why haven't we seen anything create at this point? Open up the playbook. We saw Justin Fields running routes in practice last week. Send him on a.
We saw offensive linemen running routes.
Yeah, like what was
like
that
in training camp?
What was that for? They done fooled us with that too.
Yeah,
training camp having a whole line of offensive linemen running routes, like we're about to really open up the playbook. Man, we ain't open up nothing but some doo doo.
And I feel like that's a really great game to open up the playbook because, like, all right, your quarterback's struggling. Like, don't be shocked every time he goes out there and keeps struggling. Do something to spark something. Because something I've realized with Fields is that he does very much go off of, like, he's a very, I don't want to say emotional player, but he plays off his emotions. Like, if he feels good, he's playing a lot better. If he's not feeling confident that day, you're not going to get the best Justin Fields out there. and like you don't know what's going to happen at that point. In this case, he just didn't want to really risk an interception because no one's like widely open. But you definitely have to figure out like some sort of way to get that momentum on offense because like now you can't even just like it's like you want to run the ball but you can't because the defense basically knows you want to run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, man. So it's just like come on. Let's at this point, season's over. The best thing we can do is at least wrap this big old stink ball up with a bow and just show us some creativity. Give us a double reverse pass, flea flicker, Hail Mary, lateral, something.
yeah, I mean like and this is also these next 2 games is going to be another really good test because I'm curious to see what does Tanner come up with Garrett not in the game. Because most likely Garrett won't be in for the next 2 weeks due to the injury. Like, does he come up with some interesting things to try to get Aaron Smith involved, Mason Taylor? You got to figure out what type of guys you drafted, in my opinion. Otherwise, you're still in the same like you didn't get anywhere from last year outside of Membu.
Yeah.
Like we haven't added anybody, if we're being honest. Like if you don't trust Justin Fields, you don't trust your rookies to go do anything. Like so you have the same offense, but minus Aaron Rodgers and Devontae. So your offense is gonna stink.
Yeah, and I mean now's the time, unlock Aaron Smith. See what his potential is, like you've been wanting to see. See what his potential is. Mason Taylor should have a good game. Brees, it's time to throw him the ball. I know we've been handing the ball off to him a lot, but it's time to get him on some screens. Like, something like let's be creative, get people in space. Like let's counter some of these because I feel like defenses now they're just looking at us and like, all right, send everybody every other play. They ain't gonna do nothing about it.
Yeah, like especially with Garrett out, I if I was a defensive coordinator, I would send everybody because we don't have a bona fide wide receiver one with Garrett out. Like we don't even have, like I don't even know who has the second highest receiving yards outside of Mason Taylor.
If I had to guess, it would
probably Josh Reynolds.
Maybe, but that's under 100.
Like literally, look at this, right? Why you can't see it, but Garrett Wilson has 395 yards. Next up is Mason Taylor and Breece Hall, 177 and 150. The next after that is 72 by Josh Reynolds, who has the same amount as Jeremy Ruckert.
That's who?
That's insane.
Same amount as who?
As Jeremy Ruckert.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So our wide receiver 2 has the same amount of yards as our backup tight end. Like that is pretty wild.
Yeah, and we're not going to be trading for anybody anytime soon because the season is a wash. So
like how do you trade for anybody right now?
Yeah.
0-6, you can't like
Lazard.
What would even be the point?
Lazard is probably on his way out.
Honestly, I don't even know. Like, he didn't go to London for personal reasons. I don't even know where he stands in all this.
He's going to Pittsburgh. He's gonna team back up with his BFF. Like that's what he got.
Yeah, he has 24 yards this year.
Yeah, he's gonna go back to he's gonna go to Pittsburgh, and if he does, he's gonna look like a real butt buddy. Okay, I'm just like that's just kind of ham. Like if you follow him to all 3 of his teams because you can't get right, that is crazy to me. But
yeah.
To each his own, man. To each his own. But we do have Carolina this week. I checked the odds on that last week on FanDuel. There was a prop just for the Jets saying, when will the Jets get their next win? And last week against Carolina, it was like plus 180. All the other weeks were like plus 500 and up. So apparently this is the week that we have our best chances of getting our first W. And we're without Garrett Wilson, and that line probably changed with the Garrett Wilson news too. So
Yeah, especially and also then the Panthers actually been decent this year.
Panthers beat the Cowboys.
Yeah, they just beat the Cowboys. They beat the Dolphins. They beat all the teams we couldn't beat.
They literally like
Basically.
that's what I'm saying. Like all the teams that we are losing to are losing the teams that we have to play, and it's like it doesn't look very hopeful. At this current moment. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
I love the optimism, Johnny. 11-game winning streak loading. All right,
I will say that would be hilarious.
that would be.
Oh, would you? I don't know if it's me or if it's you. Is anyone else here, Brent? Well, nonetheless, that I'm gonna text Brent to see what happened. Oh, his connection got lost. Okay, I was gonna say I thought it was me. I was like, oh man, they got me. But I'd say an 11-game win streak. That'd be pretty cool. It's unlikely. I'd be happy for even 2 wins at this point. 2 wins, I'd be ecstatic. Like, yeah, guys, we did it. But 11-game win streak, I don't see it. Not with Garrett out. But like, you never know with the Jets. The Jets sometimes do the least expected. So I do want to see like how ready will we be with the excitement of the streak. Just he got his whole Wi-Fi just tweaking. But I'm excited just to see how do we finish this year. I think we saw our best defensive game. We saw our best special teams game. I think now we're just kind of waiting for everything to click at the same time. So I think that's really what we're just waiting to go see, because I do think if we can get everything together, oh man, I feel like every time we're in these situations, everyone brings up Joe Namath, because man, I will say Joe Namath still put a curse on this organization. I'm waiting for somebody to break it. I don't know who is going to break the curse. I know everyone's talking about, like, someone asked earlier what QB are redrafting. I'm not there yet. If I had to throw out some names, it'd probably be Mendoza or Simpson. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to make sure Brent's cool. But yeah, I'll probably go with Simpson or Mendoza, but it is still early, So like, I don't even want to get that deep, because the way this stuff works is that the moment you kind of really love a quarterback and you're like, oh yeah, we're gonna get the first pick, the Jets go and win a bunch of meaningless games, and it's like, okay, well, that was for nothing. And now you have the 6th pick, and you're out of range for all the quarterbacks. I think that's Brent getting back on. But yeah, we definitely have a lot of season left. We definitely do. So it should be interesting to see how the season ends. Maybe we get. Yeah, we must be willing to do what no one else wants to do. Man, shit. I'm telling you, man. I don't know what's going to take. Oh, you are, Brent. I was over here talking to myself.
Hey, I'm back. Man, yeah, that's some jet shit, chat.
Yeah, he was just talking about it. He said the excitement of the winning streak just got to your Wi-Fi.
I'm telling you, bro. Yeah, that was some jet shit. I don't know what that was. I saw I saw Cheyenne talk about the Jets curse with Joe Namath.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
that's true.
Oof.
That's
It is true.
it's very very real. So just want
Yeah,
people to know that Jets curse is very real.
yeah. It even attacks our podcast.
Yeah, yeah. It's
But yeah, man.
you know, it's just
Hopefully, I was just saying, like, hopefully, like I don't know, I know, like earlier, someone asked about the whole quarterback thing. I'm just at a point where I'm not even gonna get into quarterbacks until like we are done with the year because you know how the Jets do.
yeah.
You sit there and you're like, all right, we obviously suck. We're gonna get a quarterback first pick, and then they win a bunch of meaningless games, and now you have pick 6. Can't even take a quarterback if you want it.
I'll tell you that's what always happens. Everybody's gonna get excited
Yeah.
about certain. And first of all, I don't even think we should even be thinking about drafting a quarterback this draft.
I mean, regardless, until we get to the end of the year, it's a wash.
Yeah,
But I will say, I said, I keep saying it to you. If you have the number 1 pick, you have to take quarterback. I don't think there's going to be an if or what. If we get the number 1 pick, I don't even know if you. Well, granted, it depends on how bad. Like, if we actually don't win a game, and I think it would be very hard not to. But if we don't win a game, it's going to be very hard to see like everybody just come back. Like nothing happened. I feel like Woody wouldn't accept it.
yeah. It's yeah. It's tough. It's tough. Yeah, I'm like that's why I don't think we get the number 1 pick. I think towards the end of the season, will will something will shake. Maybe we'll gain a little bit of momentum or whatever. But I don't know, man. It's just it's hard to foresee right now. But hey,
Hey, I will say, as crazy as it sounds, I do remember that Brian, and I'll tell you before that Brian Flores season, like would they lose like 70-10 or something like that?
yeah,
It was like at some point like they looked terrible.
yeah, I
And
don't
then Brian Flores came back, by the end of the year, they're over there winning games. And I was like, oh snap. What the heck did Brian Flores do? Brian Flores is a madman. So it's definitely possible. It would be crazy. Even if we won like 5 games, I think that would be crazy. But you never
yeah,
know. I will say
yeah,
we're gonna learn a lot about what type of coach Glenn is towards the end of the year.
yeah. And this spot in our schedule is very it's easier, quote unquote. But we'll see how we play again. Like we'll see how we play because you know we don't know what type of team we're gonna get. If we're gonna get the Week 1 Jets or the London Jets.
Yeah.
I don't know which one it's gonna be at this point,
But like that's kind of where I was getting at. It all comes down to like what type of coach is Glenn. I think if Glenn really is a solid coach, just with having a rough year, he'll figure it out by the end of the year. Like I don't think any quality coach would lose every single game. This type of stuff happens, but like every time there's some momentum that kind of builds towards the end of the year, the coach is worth a damn. So
yeah,
I'm waiting to see, how does Glenn try to work his way out of this hole that they dug themselves into?
yeah, we'll see, man.
Which
We'll
obviously
see.
we're not going to the playoffs, but like just how do you even just make a decent season out of all of it?
Yeah, it's hard to even fathom at this point, but
Mm-hmm.
hey, we'll see, we'll see. But yeah, final thoughts. Final thoughts going into next week. How you feeling, man?
I should be feeling better going against Carolina, but at this point, if I just want to be able to watch the whole game, you know.
Yeah,
Like
that's it. Right.
actually, if anything, I would really like to build on what we had last week on defense, especially. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to see Bryce Young put up 30 points on us. I really don't.
Yeah, man. Me neither. Trust me. I don't want to see that at all. I don't. And Rico Dowdle has been going crazy too these past few games. So
Yeah, but like I do think we match up pretty well. Like Sauce, if you get cooked by T-Mac, that's a problem. That's actually a really big problem because that's a rookie. That's a rookie, and he's your side. Like, there's no excuses for that. So if Sauce gets cooked, I'm actually starting to get a little concerned. Rico Dell, like
yeah,
I'm not too concerned about that, but I will say I'm pretty confident in our run game. So I think it should be a solid battle on that end. It really just comes down to like, and then obviously I'm assuming, hopefully, I think it just comes down to can our offense figure something out.
yeah, yeah. I want to see. Yeah, I want us to build on the turnovers as well. Like on the defensive side.
Shout out Brownlee.
It can't get much worse on offense to me, So
that's true.
So if our defense can play
-10
lock in again,
yards.
Yeah. If our defense can lock in again, I would love to see that. And if we can put up more than 12 points without our kicker scoring every point, then I'm cool with that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Come up on 40 minutes. We'll just wrap it up now. But yeah, no. Appreciate everybody that locked in with us tonight. Hopefully next week we're talking about a Jets W. But regardless, win or lose, the JetSet will be here.
Hopefully we can get 2 wins going into the bye.
Yeah, I know.
That sounds like insane right now.
Yeah, the bye week. Yeah, if we have no wins by the bye week, yeah, check on this. All right. All right. Appreciate y'all.